how many of us want to be clear? You know, clear on next steps, clear on how to live healthier, clear on how to build a successful business, clear on how to have more passion in our relationships, right? Like we all want clarity, and yet there's so many of us who have so many things in our life that we're extremely unclear about. And so for me, it makes me wonder why. Okay, like why are we unclear about these things? Because we live in a day and age where we have Google at our fingertips, and there is just very little that we could Google and not have an answer for. Like if you Google how to lose weight, if you Google how to have a more successful business, I mean, there is pages upon pages upon pages of answers. Okay. Now, even there's big questions right now, like what about the coronavirus, and what is that going to do to my business? What is that going to do? You know, we've got this whole big global issue here. What are we going to do about that? Here's what I want to do today is I don't want to help you get clear on how the whole world is going to come into alignment. I want to help you come into alignment. I want to help you become clear. Because let's face it, the responsibility of being clear for the whole world is just too much. So we're going to bring this really, really, really to a micro level, and this is about getting you clear, okay? So before we figure out what is clarity, we have to look at what are all the reasons that we are unclear, because believe it or not, we are unclear for very, very specific reasons. They may be unconscious, but they are reasons nonetheless. So you do have a reason behind being unclear. And the question that you need to ask yourself is, what is my lack of clarity? How is it serving me? Let me say this again. The question you need to ask yourself is, how is my lack of clarity serving me? What is it giving to me? Because it's giving you something, right? Your lack of clarity is providing you with something, whether it's safety or security, whether it's a habit, whether it's the ability to just say, I don't know. It's giving you something. And what we want to identify today is, what is it giving you? So here are the three things that keep us from being unclear in our life. Number one, the thing that keeps us from being unclear in our life is that we need to be right. I need to be right about my preconceived notions. I need to be right about my viewpoints. I need to be right about my belief systems. And so if I gain clarity, it could prove that it's all wrong, right? It could prove that, see, I told you I'm not good enough. It could prove that, oh my gosh, I really don't know what I'm doing. Or all of a sudden now it's going to prove that the world is limitless and the potential is everywhere. But all I've ever known for a really long time is that be careful what you do because you're going to be judged. Be careful what you do because you're going to lose money. Be careful what you do because people are going to abandon you, right? So we would prefer often to be right about any thought or belief, even if that thought or belief isn't serving us. We would prefer to be right. And it keeps us from being clear. The second thing is that it keeps us from being responsible, right? So it's really easy to say, I don't know. Well, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in these situations. I don't know is basically the best tap out that this planet has to offer. I don't know allows us to hide. I don't know allows us to put off till tomorrow what really we could be doing today, but at least I don't have to be responsible. Because here's the truth about clarity. The minute I'm clear, the minute I know what to do, I'm responsible. I have to do something about it. And let's face it, that's hard. That's challenging, because what I have to do might mean I have to do something new. I have to do something that goes against the grain. I have to do something that I've never done before. And that can really, really, really trigger us. The third reason that we oftentimes stay unclear is because we would just prefer to be we'd prefer to be comfortable. We don't like being uncomfortable, right? We don't like wading the waters of the unknown, because our brain lights up with so much chatter, because our brain is designed to keep us where we are. It's designed to keep us safe and protected and controlled. It's not designed to take us to where we've never been, right? Like Martin Luther King's brain was probably put to death at some point in time, because in order for him to create what he created, it required that he not be in his head. So if you want to be clear right now, you have to first ask yourself, which one of those is keeping me from my clarity? Is it that I just want to be right? Is it that I don't want to take responsibility? Or is it that I just want to be comfortable? And then once you identify which one of those is keeping you from clarity, it comes down to one simple question. Do I want to be clear, or do I want to be right? Okay, next would be, do I want to be clear, or do I just want to be irresponsible and be able to say, I don't know? Do I want to be clear, Or do I want to be comfortable? You don't get to do both. You need to pick. So when it comes down to it, it's one choice. Which would you prefer? Clarity or to be right? Clarity or comfortability? Think about that. Comment in the link below. Let me know your thoughts. Seek clarity, live clarity.